What's up, everybody? It's your boy Chimpact, coach of your Philadelphia Scizors, and we are going up against MV, the San Diego Chimchargers coach. This is the Chimp V Finals that some of you have been waiting for 3 years, and it feels good. It feels good to be in the finals because I feel like I was robbed in the first 2 seasons of the GBA, and it's cool going up against a friend, right? But we're gonna take extra precautions, make sure there's no snakery going on. So after I finalize the team, I'm going to send it to Joey, and this is the finalized team. So I'm gonna start out with the Pokemon. This is the Pokemon that I started out with. So this Greninja is Spikes, U-turn, Ice Punch, Low Kick. This, I want to Spike stack against him. Not because Spikes are particularly good against his team, but it allows me to play in a way that puts pressure on him. And because he has regen, and it's very, very annoying to deal with, like you can just mindlessly switch. And even if I have to literally make the right play more times than not, it's like playing against Stall. Like, Stall, if you play against Stall and you make one wrong play, you can probably lose the game against it. Because like if the Chansey just stays in as you predict it to switch out, because you have a Pokemon that can just kill the Chansey, and it just stays in and goes for Thunder Wave or Toxic against your Pokemon, then you pretty much lose, right? And it's the same thing as regen. If I like click Ice Punch against a Amoonguss, if I click U-turn against an Amoonguss that is going for Giga Drain, and I happen to bring in something that it is a Spores or something, then I could just lose if it died to Ice Punch or something like that, as he has a Slowbro. Or if I Ice Punch a Slowbro thinking that the Amoonguss is going to come in because it's fearing the Night Slash that I could have. You know, something like that. So I think Spikes help me ease the prediction, because with the Spikes up, he's still taking a little bit of 12% from the regen. Like, if he's at full, obviously it's going to suck because I can't deal that damage. Because if he's at like 67%, he's going to be at 87 the next time that he comes in, regardless of Spikes, because that's how regen works and that's how max HP works, right? So I Spikes, U-turn, Ice Punch, Low Kick, and this moveset allows me to maintain my hazards the easiest, because the Savali sets he's going to run are either going to be Ground, Steel. He's not going to run Fire, and if it is running Fire, then he's not going to stay in against the Greninja. Because it's a Greninja, it's a water type, and Greninja stabs actually have decent coverage against him. So like as you can see here, I'm not running any stab. If this was Protein, this game would be over. Like, Greninja would just win, but it's not, unfortunately for me. And it's just a very good Pokemon. Low Kick is nice for Empoleon for Savali Steel. It has a lot of BP against a Hoopa, so that's good, because if I don't want to switch out, if I need to stay in to threaten the next Pokemon that comes in to get momentum or something like that, or if in case I have to U-turn and I don't want him to set up with a Pokemon, Low Kick is a good option for me, because it does deal around 50% to Hoopa. So if it is at half, I can kill it, or however much it does. I don't remember the calc. I have to recalc stuff. And then U-turn is obviously just very good dealing with the Slowbro. With Spikes up, I can get momentum. And then I have ICM Z, because if the Pinsir is taking a little bit of prior damage, ICM Z Sub-Zero Slammer can kill it. Pinsir is just very, very bulky, so I don't know. It's going to be hard to take that out. So the next Pokemon, what did I put after this? I think this was Victini or Uxie. I'm going to go to Uxie. So I have Stealth Rock, U-turn, Memento, Knockoff. This has enough speed to outspeed an Adamant Hoopa. And with this defense investment, the only Hoopa that can kill me is an Adamant Hoopa. So if he's an Adamant Hoopa, he gets outsped. If he's a Jolly Hoopa, he doesn't kill me. So that's nice. This also can take a +2 Pinsir's return 94% of the time. So that's also nice. And I can U-turn out and save this to use Memento later. Memento is, the main purpose of this is so that if I Stealth Rock against an Empoleon, against the Silvally, against the Gligar, I can get the Memento off before it goes for defog so that it doesn't work. And then I can go on to one of my Pokemon that can set up and try to win the game there. with the hazard up, because if I can't kill the Pokemon, he might have to, you know, just go for defog. And then I get an extra turn of setup against this Pokemon, you know what I'm saying? So Memento is good for that, and it's just good in general in case I'm low and in case I don't need this Pokemon anymore. I can just click Memento and he won't be able to defog away the hazards. And the great thing about this is that Uxie invites in his defoggers because it's my only stealth rocker. Well, I have Mogwai too, but I don't think he's going to really think that Mogwai is my stealth rocker because it matches up decently offensively against his team. He has a lot of answers to Nihilego, but I've played the only person in this league that I cannot sweep with Nihilego is Monotui, because that boy has Keldeo, he has Registeel, he just has Nihilego answers on his team. Like there's no moveset on Nihilego that I can use to sweep Monotui's team. There's just nothing. There's nothing there. But yeah, I think Monotui is the only Pokemon the only dude that I cannot sweep with Nihilego. So it's good for setting up Nihilego as well. Like it doesn't matter if he has an AV Amoonguss, AV Slowbro, AV Empoleon would just be bad because it doesn't have recovery. But AV it doesn't matter. Mogwai, Nihilego will be able to break through. Like he has a Snorlax and a Slowking. Like I'm not beating his team with Nihilego. Like he just has natural Nihilego answers. That's why I couldn't bring a special Nihilego. That's why both times that I brought Nihilego, I didn't bring it to sweep. And then moving on from this, knockoff. No, knockoff is important because this also invites in Gligar. Because if I stealth rock and then I knockoff is important because it allows me to get some crucial, like Ice Punch from Greninja does not KO Gligar. But if it's a little bit weakened and Eviolite is knocked off, I can do that. My Tapu Bulu does not threaten the Gligar, but if it's knocked off, I can threaten it. And Scrafty obviously is capable of carrying knockoff, but if there's a Scrafty versus a Gligar, he can go out to his Tapu Koko, which is a Zmon. He can go out into Amoonguss potentially, which walls Scrafty essentially. And even though Scrafty also walls Amoonguss, he's eventually going to win that game because Amoonguss has regen, and Amoonguss also can toxic or poison with Sludge Bomb or put me to sleep or something like that. So I wanted knockoff here, and then U-turn obviously. This U-turn is 100% needed because I'm running a Cold Berry. Because I'm running a berry, to take a hit, I need to also be able to threaten the Pokemon that I'm taking a hit from. So I need to U-turn on the. I need to U-turn to kill the Hoopa. And then I guess I'll move to the Victini. This is the Wincon. This is Signal Beam, Flame Charge, Thunderbolt, Searing Shot. This speed outspeeds Silvally, Adamant Silvally. It also happens to outspeed max speed Hoopa, which is nice. And the moveset is Signal Beam, Flame Charge, Thunderbolt, Searing Shot. This has good coverage for his entire team. The problem with this is I had Work Up here. Work Up is very good. Like it can destroy his team. But I know for a fact that he's going to bring Hoopa. Because it's just, if I don't bring Scrafty right, Hoopa just destroys me. He can bring Scarf Hoopa, he can bring Electric Speed Hoopa, he can bring Bandit Hoopa, he can bring Specs Hoopa, he can bring Sub Hoopa. Any type of Hoopa does very, very well against me. So with the weakness policy, Signal Beam always OHKOs Hoopa. Right? So that's AV Hoopa is also very dangerous. Because it's one of those Pokemon where it can not only take hits, but it can also dish damage back. It's one of those AV Pokemons like AV T-Tar, where it doesn't really matter what special attack you're using. It's gonna bounce off, and you're taking way too much damage. It's like a Goodra. But yeah, this is my set. This was, what was the set before? It was Work Up, Flame Charge, Thunderbolt, Stored Power, and I was looking at it, and it was just like it just doesn't beat Hoopa, because like if Sword Power could hit Hoopa, I would keep this set, but it doesn't. But the thing is, I have wasted bait in the Hoopa and knock it out. But like, I don't know, man. Like, this is a set that I really wanted to use, and I was just waiting for the right moment to use it. Ever since I drafted Victini, I wanted to use a workup weakness policy flame charge set. I wanted to use a flame charge weakness policy set because this Pokemon is very good. And it's very, like, there's so many sets of Victini that you can run because it learns, like, literally every coverage move. But its setup options are very weak. So you have to rely on workup. You have to rely on flame charge and fringe items like weakness policy. Oh, dude. I messed up. I could have made a sick joke and put... There's an item where if you get hit by a water type attack, your special attack raises by 1 stage. And I was just thinking about putting this here instead of weakness policy, so that all of you dudes that are just saying, it's not snowball, it's something else. Raise. I don't know what it is. It's here. Is it absorb bulb? Yeah, I was thinking about putting absorb bulb here so that everyone would be like, Chimpact, why are you running absorb bulb? Isn't just weakness policy better? And I would just get a bunch of comments like that, and it'd be funny. I thought it would be funny, but I'm a noob and I forgot about that. So just pretend that I have absorb bulb here and just tell me in the comment section down below. You can just run weakness policy Chimpact. That's much better. Anyways, so yeah, I really wanted to use this flame charge weakness policy workup set, but against Mono Tui, I felt like it's way too much setup, and I don't know if I'm gonna have an opportunity to do that because Mono Tui, his team is way too offensive against me for me to use that effectively. Against Gator, I didn't like it because he just had priority in Floatzel, Azu, so it's not a good set, and also it's hard to, you know, just get everything going together. And he has good defoggers. I was gonna use it with dual screens, right? But yeah. And then yeah, Thunderbolt is just for Empoleon. I'm thinking about running Energy Ball, but it's not Energy Ball isn't good. The reason why Energy Ball is good is because it can hit the Gligar and the Slowbro at the same time, while Thunderbolt can't hit both. Because Gligar's immune, and that's the reason why I would want Energy Ball. And Energy Ball also hits one more Pokemon on his team for neutral. That is nice. It's like a Silvally Ground, which is nice, but anyways. Searing Shot has a chance to OHKO Gligar. Searing Shot OHKO's Tapu Koko. And yeah, I was just forced to run Signal Beam just because he has a Hoopa, which is dirty, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Like, I could have ran like a physical weakness policy set with like Flame Charge, Bold Strike, Fire Move, and then maybe Stored Power here or something like that, but I didn't feel comfortable doing that. So this is my Victini set. I'm very sleepy, guys, so I do apologize if I'm like putting you to sleep. And then we're gonna go to the squad. We got these two are part of the squad. We got Colberry Scrappy with Knockoff, Rock Tomb, Drain Punch, Super Fang. And this set is really cool because my flying resist is Nihilego, so I need answers to Pinsir, and this is my best answer to Pinsir. LOL. So with the Intimidate, even without if I switch in, I don't need a Koopa Berry to be able to take a hit from a Pinsir if I'm just in, but that's likely never going to happen because he's going to run Hyper Cutter, or he's gonna set up an SD if I bring in Scrafty, right? So that's where the Koopa Berry comes in, so I can take a hit no matter what. And then Rock Tomb, the Rock Tomb damage doesn't really matter that much. I just need to put it in range of another attack on my team. It also puts more pressure on his Pinsir, so he's less willing to bring it in to get kills and stuff like that. And Super Fang is nice for dealing with the bulky Amoonguss, dealing with the switches. If I think that he's going to switch out and I don't know what Pokemon he's going to switch out into, Super Fang, the way that I like to build is that I don't want to have to make predictions. Like, I could easily run like the workup flame charge set on the Victini, right? But it's not consistent. I need consistency, and moves like these add consistency. Spikes adds consistency. Super Fang is consistent, right? And I don't run inaccurate moves. Like, I only run inaccurate moves if I have to run inaccurate moves. I've never ran Bolt Strike on my Victini because even though Fusion Bolt doesn't KO Melodic all the time and Bolt Strike does, the damage from Fusion Bolt is enough to where I can put Melodic low so that something else can knock it out if the Victini happens to die to Melodic. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to put myself in a position to where I have to do something to win the game. You know, I'm not going to say you know what I'm saying again, okay? The moveset is pretty self-explanatory other than Super Fang. Rock Tomb is for the pincer, knockoff, and Drain Puncher to stab. And this EV spread is this is just so that the Rock Tomb against pincer, the 68 attack, like the 124 252 HP reaches a threshold to where I can comfortably take on his physical attackers, and then the 68 attack and the 60 defense is just they're interchangeable. I want a little bit of SPDF, I want a little bit of attack. Like, I need the attack. Like, I need the attack. The special defense I don't really need, but I need that attack investment to deal damage to his team. Then got the other member of the squad, the Cobra Buried Bulu, Rock Tomb, Hornleaf, Zen Headbutt, Light Screen. Light Screen is for the Victini, so that it can set up flame charges and kill the Slowbro without taking too much damage. And it's great because this is my grassy terrain user, so if the Victini has taken damage, it is healing up a little bit as well. So with the light screen up and the grassy terrain, Victini is going to be, you know, healing a decent amount of HP. The 99 speed allows me to outspeed a max speed pincer, so that I can Rock Tomb repeatedly and knock it out. The special defense is to ensure that if the Tapu Koko goes for a Z Tepinium Guardian of Alola move, the Dazzling Gleam afterwards will not knock, well, it can knock me out, just needs a high roll. But I need the speed, I need the HP, and I need the defenses to take on the pincer, so there wasn't a lot left over. So I could have put in an attack, or I could have put in SPDF, and I was like, I need to be able to take special hits decently, like the Amoonguss. I have a feeling that he's gonna run Sledge Bomb, but on the off chance that he runs Clear Smog. Clear Smog makes sense if he doesn't bring in Polion for roar purposes, because it's gonna be very difficult. He's gotta keep in mind, he's gotta be conscious of a Slurpuff set, like a Calm Mind set or a Belly Drum set that can't kill it. I don't know, mainly just a Calm Mind set, right? Because Calm Mind it can easily win if he brings the right Pokemon, right? And Sand Headbutt, as you can see, it's obviously just for the Amoonguss. I mentioned Light Screen already, and then top Rock Tomb. If you're running a berry, you need to move to threaten the Pokemon that you're running the berry for. So I Rock Tomb for the pincer. And then last but not least, we have Mogwai, Mega Mogwai, Sludge Wave, Power Gem, Thunderbolt, Psyshock. The speed is the same speed as my Victini, yeah. So I outspeed, max speed, Adamant, Silvally, Sludge Wave, Power Gem, Thunderbolt, Psyshock. I don't know what the word is, I'm really tired. Threshold, is that threshold? There really is no other, there's no purpose in the threshold of reaching 148. Like 147 is fine, or 146, because Hoopa 145, I think. So I could have a little bit more defense EVs, but it's fine. Just like the extra bit of, who knows, the extra bit of defense, like it's got 184 HP. That should be enough. I have grassy terrain, so just being extra careful in case he is running a max speed Silvally that's Adamant, just to be able to outspeed that is nice. And the moveset Sludge Wave is my strongest attack. It hits everything on his team except for Empoleon on Gligar and Amoonguss. Oh, not Amoonguss, a Silvally type. Power Gem hits everything on his team except for Empoleon, a Silvally type, and I think there's one other Pokemon. I don't know. Does he have a fighting type? He had a Girder. I don't really remember his team off the top of my head. Thunderbolt is for the Empoleon and the Slowbro, and he's going to 100% bring Tapu Koko, so he's going to give me the terrain boost. But I gotta be wary of using Thunderbolt, obviously, because he does have a Gligar, he does have a Moongus, he does have a Kyurem, so he has Pokemon that are capable of threatening out my Nihilego and ruining my momentum, because if he brings in the Gligar, that's an opportunity to defog. If he brings in Kyurem, that's an opportunity to deal a ton of damage to my team. If he brings in a Moongus, that's an opportunity for him to put something to sleep if Electric Train isn't up, or just deal damage, because I don't really have a good answer to Amoonguss, because I don't... Victini is a great answer to Amoonguss, right? But I need to keep it healthy. And then Psyshock is for the Amoonguss, actually. Debating a little bit between Foul Play and Psyshock. Ultimately, I still don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna PM Joey. But yeah, I feel like Psyshock is the way to go right now, because if he brings a really special defensive Amoonguss or a AV Amoonguss, Psyshock is the way to go. And yeah, like his team, he might run some berries to deal with Nihilego, but it really won't matter, because he's not going to win the game because he has a berry. He's going to win the game because Pinsir killed my team, or Hoopa. I don't know if Hoopa could kill my team, but Hoopa did damage to my team, so the Pinsir could win. I don't think anything on this team can really win, like outright is what I'm saying, other than Pinsir, because Pinsir is just so good against my team. Like, Uxie is the only Pokemon that can really take a hit, but it doesn't do anything back to it, so it really doesn't matter. It's like a Toxapex that doesn't have Scald or Toxic Spikes. Like, what is the purpose of running this Pokemon? That's this Uxie. It takes hits, but it doesn't have any recovery. It doesn't have any way to threaten something, and it lets them set up. So, that's my team. The battle will be going up tomorrow at 4 PM Eastern. And later, guys. Peace. Leave a like. Check out MV. After GBA. You know what it is. Peace.